Hello, a very good evening, dear friends. Namaskar and welcome to Eloquent English Enterprise. Today, I have a little surprise for you. I have on board a very reputed and wonderful person on our platform today on this stage. And she is currently not in India. She is an Indian, of course, but based out of USA. And she's doing very well as far as her vocation is concerned. So I thought of having her today as my special guest because I want girl students to do very, very well in their lives. And so if I bring such women onto this platform, I'm sure they'll be able to inspire our little girls who also have dreams in their eyes, right? So without any further ado, firstly, let me introduce her through her picture. Okay. Yeah. So this is the third episode of Stellar Conversations. Here, brilliance meets experience. So all my guests that I invite here, they are brilliant people and they have oodles of experience behind them. Okay. And here is our guest for today. She is Ms. Swati Sahai. She's a product management executive, and currently she's working with a company known as William Sonoma Inc. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And as far as her designation is concerned, she is the head of product development for stores, mobile apps, and marketing domains. Sounds quite interesting. So now that I've introduced her, I'll invite Ms. Swati onto our stage. So firstly, I'll have to unpin myself. And where is that gone now? Every time, yeah, here we are. So welcome to Eloquent English Enterprise, Ms. Swati. It's so good to have you here on this podium.
Thank you for having me. Hello, Archana.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Great. So, Swati, before we proceed further, I'd like you to tell us something about yourself. Like, what currently are you doing there in the US? It sounds pretty, awesome to me. So, if you could just throw a little bit of light on what exactly are you doing over there?
Absolutely. I would love to. So I'm heading product, as you rightly pointed out.
Okay.
I am heading domains, marketing, mobile app, and stores for William Sonoma Inc. It is one of the biggest retail technology company here. We have about 9 brands, and we are brand agnostic in my field. I'm managing a global team to build these products, and I've been in leadership position for last 10 years, and overall, I have 20 years in product management.
Wow, you look so young. I mean, it's good. It's difficult to even imagine that you have 20 years of experience behind you. Well, you've maintained yourself pretty well. I was about to say you're so young, and you are young, undoubtedly, because age is, I guess, just it's just a number. So 20 years of experience. Wow, sounds great. Okay, so all set, uh, ready to shoot. I should.
Oh, absolutely. And you're being very kind. I'm not that young anymore.
No, no, you are, you are. Anyhow, again, so coming back to brass tacks, like when I was going through your, profile, I saw that you've done a degree in science honors, and then you went ahead to do a master's in business administration. So today, our students are usually very tied up between making choices in their academic streams. So how do you think that this kind of diverse educational background has helped you to become more effective and also an innovative leader in the tech industry of today and so successful, right? So how did you balance these two fields?
Absolutely. So I would say that I have a foundation in science, and those 3 years in college really helped me explore other areas as well. So outside of my major, I got exposed to technology and business areas, and that affirmed that I don't want to follow a conventional path of MSc PhD, and I had my inclination towards business. So essentially, logical thinking combined with business acumen is what was the next step for me. And I entered this field, and I think it really helped me. Till date, I would say the science background helps you with your statistical thinking, planning activities, and technology major in MBA is what really helps evolve this career and excel, plus also be successful in what I'm doing currently.
So it's a kind of multi-dimensional approach, and it's helping you in your job currently. That's great.
Absolutely. And I would say that the conventional education is one, which is like your degrees. But what I have done all along the way is work on the certifications for both hard skills as well as soft skills. And there are so many tools available for students right now
Mm.
that they should not hesitate to leverage and use.
Very good. That's one of the best suggestions you could have given to my students who'll be watching this very soon. I'll be glad. In fact, everybody will be happy to know which colleges were those where you studied. You know, your alma maters. Where did you do your BSc from, and then from where did you get your MBA degree?
Absolutely. So I did my business administration from Vanasthali.
Oh.
And I did my graduation from Delhi University. But few of the certifications outside of the free courses that I keep doing from Udemy and LinkedIn and others, I did my certification in Scrum Master. I did my certification in Certified Scrum Product Owner. Those were initial years. Then I did my communication skills, which was communication with diplomacy, which is a leadership course from Carnegie Mellon. So there are a lot of things that I have done along the way that I would encourage everyone to do. The base and foundational education is important, but what matters is that you keep enhancing your skill sets.
Upskilling is the order of the day today.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're out. Okay, so thanks for that, Swati. Okay, the next question. Your profile, as you'd shared with me, it mentions that you are a motivating leader and also a mentor. So, when you are into the shoes of a motivating leader and a mentor, what do you think is the most important quality that you look for when you are mentoring a young professional? It could be a boy or a girl. And how would you sort of, try to inspire young students to cultivate that kind of quality, to be a mentor and also to be an inspirational and innovative leader? What
That-
qualities?
That's a great question. So the biggest quality I look for in my mentee is willingness to learn. If they are open to your ideas, if they are inquisitive, they will go a long way in their personal and professional life. That's the biggest barrier. If you break that and you are receptive to learning all throughout your life, you will succeed no matter what.
That's great. Actually, I mean that's quite an eye opener. Unless you are receptive, unless you're open to new ideas, you won't be able to get anything. So that was great. So our students need to be more receptive before they.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now the next one, like there are students, when they are into their grades 11 and 12 here in India, especially, they are fascinated by technology because it's advancing every single day today, but they're still not aware where to start, how to start. So, what would you suggest, or what would be your advice to them that these particular areas, like fundamental areas of study, uh, should be taken up, or should you would like to recommend so that they focus to build a foundation for a career like what you are doing, a career like yours?
Absolutely. And I think I alluded to it in your first question, but I feel like education background and having like a bachelor's and master's is very important. I don't think that you can discount that. So there are multiple areas and multiple areas of study they can pursue, and it still can converge into product management field. So you can be a graduate or postgraduate in computer science. You can be a master or bachelor in business administration. You can be a science or commerce graduate, but you can enhance it, like I said, with hard skill certifications. You can do courses in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all those algorithms. You can also do some base courses in finance, accounting as outside of your conventional education. And all of this helps you because product management is something where you are building products and you are liaisoning with the people like coders, or you're liaisoning with people who are actually subject matter expert. So you are somewhere in the middle. That role you play is really a combination of your base education plus enhanced education through these hard skills and soft skills certification. So I feel like this is one field which is very forgiving, but at the same time, you should have a base and keep on adding to that base to get to this product management field if this is the field that you want to pursue.
Wonderful. That was really wonderful. I just hope today's students over here in India, they hear you nice and proper and they try to implement all your suggestions and advice. That was wonderful. So coming to our next question, we all have certain idols in our lives, you know. So as a young student, when you were young, I mean, parents, of course, are always there. Uh, I won't, I won't ask you not to mention them, but other than your parents, who inspired you the most to pursue the channel which you finally did? Do speak about your parents and then this other person, if there is somebody.
No, of course. And, I'm going to answer this slightly differently because there hasn't been one person or people that inspired me to be in product management. But in general, you rightfully pointed out that my mom and dad are my inspiration. My dad's confidence and knowledge, and my mom's ability to get work done from anyone inculcated those leadership qualities in me from the get-go, from the childhood. They raised me gender neutral, and this is the biggest message I want to convey to every parent and all the boys and girls that, hey, look, you are the person who should never hesitate to stand and hold your ground in front of anyone, whether it is room full of men or it is room full of men or women. So that those are the qualities that they inculcated in me, and I would give them due credit. Outside of that, I would say my inspirations have been MS Oberoi, JRD Tata, and outside of India, it would be Steve Jobs. And till date, I had a privilege of reading their biographies. I would not say that I had honor of interacting with them, but I read their biographies, and some of the quotes that stuck with me, and I may not be saying the exact quote, but it is my interpretation of what they said was, and I would say MS Oberoi, like if you work hard, if you take risk and you're not willing to give up, you can achieve anything in life. If I go, yeah. And with JRD, I would say he has so many and it's so hard to pick up one, but the one that stays with me is aim for perfection, never settle for second best. And for Steve Jobs, it would be innovation is what differentiates between a leader and a follower. And trust me that till date, when I am down for some reason, I have a hard or a bad day, I just remind myself of these and I'm able to move on. So I would say, like, read about these people, learn from their experiences, and internalize.
Great. Wonderful answer. And real gems, you know, from the world you've chosen as your inspirations. Great. Okay. So you've just mentioned at the onset that your career spans more than 20 years from the time you started. And like coming from being a science graduate in India from Delhi University to a head of product in the USA sounds great. So what was the most significant lesson you learned during this journey? And how would you again advise my students to prepare for such a long and evolving career path, right?
That's again one of the best questions, and I get asked this a lot. I think the biggest learning is change is the only constant. You cannot get comfortable in your skin. The day you are comfortable and satisfied is the day you stop growing. And I'm not just saying it for the heck of saying. I till date practice it. I teach it to my team. I actually teach it to my kids. And that is something I would say is the biggest learning for me. Outside of that learning, I would say there are some skills which are most important in leadership roles. You should be assertive, but you should never be aggressive. You don't want to leave dead bodies, even if you have achieved what you want. Um, you should be firm, but you should never be rude. You should always grow your team. If your team shines, that's how you shine. It's not about taking credit for other people's work.
Right.
Other than that, I would say make hard decisions because that's what you are here for. Establish your credibility, build relationships, and never burn bridges. And this is my biggest advice to all the young career aspirants and professionals. Leave job. Absolutely. You want to grow, you want to move on, but never ever burn bridges with your previous organization or with your previous boss or your previous manager. Guess what? It's a circular world and you will cross path with them one way or the other.
Absolutely. I just love this part of your conversation, never burn bridges. And yes, change is the only constant. This is something which I think in school or college, one of my teachers had also taught us that change is something which is inevitable. It will happen, but it's how we adjust with it to it and how we sort of, it's not exactly making a compromise, but living along with everything that's happening around us. Okay, that was a wonderful answer. I just hope my students are again listening intently. Okay, so one last question, Swati, before we wind up. And congratulations, you've earned a wonderful recognition for yourself, which is like you're one of the top 10 women leaders in technology, and being in the US, where today, we know what's happening, and India and US are not keeping very good relations. But yet, in spite of the odds, you've earned this very great distinction. So, congratulations for that. And so, like, I am totally, in fact, I'm very much away from technology. I really do not understand. But then, what specific steps did you take? Not only to build your career, but also to establish yourself as a leader and a voice in these kinds of technology forums, that too in a foreign country, right?
Thank you, first of all, and I really appreciate it. I would say that I have been making impact and influencing at micro level within my company, right? So for setting the strategy and vision for the products we build. Outside of my micro, I have been influencing via various forums. So we have Technology Network, um, which could be California chapter, US chapter, or global chapter, where I share my learnings with my fellow women and men leaders in this field. I also teach and mentor aspirants in this field via institutes and online courses. And that kind of like ends up being a network of people where they know that you're making an impact in retail and finance technology industry in product management field. And that's how you get recognized. And it's all about networking and building those relationships as well. So I do post on LinkedIn. I use other forums for my post and articles. So there are no specific steps per se, but it just comes from your impact in micro and macro level overall.
So you're really managing it all well, not just for your company, but yourself too, right? And I cannot end up without, asking you one more question. And that is, you're so far away from here, and I'm sure most of your relatives would be here in India itself. So, do you think your family, your husband, and your husband's family have been supportive in making this rise that you have made? So, you'd like to thank him and the others who've been your constant support?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one person that is my backbone and my support is my husband. And without him, I would not have been where I am. Because guess what? Life work balance is a reality. And if he was not taking care of the kids when I'm out for my business trips, or if I am in the meetings at night or in the evening, then I would not be here where I am. And there are days when I am so low because of something or the other that happens in office. And he keeps reminding me why I am where I am, and that is how he motivates me. So I don't think that I could have been here without his support, 100%.
So, you share the crown with him, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready to give him the crown for what I am and where I am.
Okay, so that was great. And how about your kids? How old are they and what are they doing right now?
So my kids, my older one is 19. He is in second year college.
Okay.
My younger one is 9. She is in fourth grade.
Wow. So they are your constant companions and add more color to your life.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel so proud and I appreciate when they take my name as their inspiration. That's the validation that I did something good.
Okay. So that's wonderful, Swati. So once again, a big congratulations and all my good wishes. May you rise even higher. May you become the only person to be crowned as, the best woman leader in technology. And many more achievements. I wish get added to your cap so that the cap is not seen at all. It's just the feathers that one can see. And
Thank you so much. I so appreciate this conversation. Thank you.
I loved having you here. Thank you so much for taking time off your busy schedule to be here with me today. And I'm sure all my viewers are going to benefit from this wonderful, wonderful conversation that we've had. Thank you so much once again, and all the best to you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
So, viewers, I'm sure you loved this conversation with a young, enthusiastic, and bubbling with energy kind of a young woman. Uh, I wish there were more such ladies, around, and those who take the baton and they always carry it forward. So I'll end this session here today, hoping that you all enjoyed my conversation with Ms. Swati Sahai, and also that she was able to inspire a lot many students to do well in their lives. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. God bless. Jai Hind.